Alphapack was good with it. Ready to jump into it this week. Trying to bring some heat. Had the week off last week. Just kind of took it easy. Had to do a little travel, a little this, a little that. But anyway, we're gonna jump into it this week. Looks like we got a few setups to look forward to going into next week. First of which, sector-wise, I want to talk about is XME. Talk about a little bit about materials. I think it looks very strong in that sector, but there's only two that I'm going to point out for us tonight. And that's the first one's going to be CLF, Cleveland Cliffs. So in Cleveland Cliffs here, I'm looking at Friday's price action today. Pretty strong day, 6.24% on the day to close out the week. We are failed 2 down on the month, and we're looking at a current inside on the week. So we're looking at a 212 on the week here above $18.85. I'll be looking to take this one just north of $20, maybe to $20.05, maybe stretching it out to that $20.38 level. See if we can go back and hit those highs from that from that August 11th day. So that's what I'm looking at on Cleveland Cliffs, and the other in XME. And that one will be US Steel, ticker X. So on X, we got a very similar setup to CLF. Inside week, we have a failed 2 down on the month. We're looking for a trigger point above $25.26 on X. And we're looking to take this thing right here above, or actually we can really go after this target of $26.27 from August 26th would be a pretty decent target, but there's a weekly level broadening formation that I'm targeting just above that price level. And that would be about a 6-7% move, I believe, on X. So I'm looking for this one to move as well, and we'll keep it going here. And I'm not going to talk about any other tickers within that sector, but I do want to say that the African Americans are solid as well. AA is the ticker on that one. Moving on, I want to touch on a couple others. Just one in energy. Actually, I have a couple others in energy, but there's one in particular I want to talk about right now, and that is COP, ConocoPhillips. One of the big boys. We're looking at a few different things here on Conoco. First off, we're still pushing up off that failed 2 down on the quarter. We are still inside on the month, hammering out. We are approaching 2 up on the month level at 115.47. So we still got a little bit of work to do there. And we have a 2-2 rev potentially here on the week above 112.42. And we've got an initial target maybe around 115.47. But we do have a lot of air and opportunity right here for this one to move up to the upside, possibly above that 120. And maybe go test the 125 range. Really, I would like to see it get to that 115 level and see where we go from there. But COP, ConocoPhillips, looks really good. Don't want to get too ambitious with that one, but it looks very, very good for continued movement to the upside. Broad formation levels look really solid here. So don't want to be too excited about that. We've got a couple others I don't want to display. Want to keep it short. Next one I want to talk about here is AMD. I want to talk about chips really quickly. We had a failed 2 down on the week here, where we came in contact with that broadening formation at this week's low level, about 77.74. And we are looking to take this entry above this 85.68 level. And I'm really wanting to see this one move up to the $95, $96 range on AMD. I really like the way the strength sets up at this price level. We are also failed 2 down on the month as well. Looks like we can potentially go test the other side of that range, about 104.59. So we've got some magnitude potentially on this AMD. We've got to see how the overall market behaves over this next week or so, and then we can kind of make a judgment on how far we want to take this AMD. But I do see an initial level of about $96 that we can take AMD over the next week or two. So I like that one there on AMD. And a couple more to close it out here. I'm going to talk about Procter & Gamble. PG is the ticker. And on Procter and Gamble, we've got a failed two down on the week this week, and we're looking at a couple things actually. Failed two down on the month as well, and so we're looking at to go test the other side of this range here on the month. Looking at a level of like 150 to go retest that side of the range. You need to buy some time to get there, but also just looking at for entry here, we're looking at a failed two down on the week with an entry above 141.09 to give you that rev strat on the week. And we could take this one to initial target levels of 143, and then you've got a broad information at 145 and 148 all the way up till you get to 150. So Procter and Gamble, you know how I feel about it. Staples as a whole, but we want to keep it moving there. Next ticker I want to talk about, and I will close it out here, and that will be FedEx. FDX is the ticker. Looking at FedEx here with this failed two down on the week. We're looking for this one here to rev off this monthly broad information that it kind of pushed down below this week and rev back above. So I'm looking at an entry here above 209.57 on FedEx. And we've got a lot of room to push up here to the next broad information about 226, 227 on FedEx. So I'll be looking for this one to make a move. We are failed two down on the month as well when we went below that broad information last week. So we're looking to test the other side of this range here potentially. That would be quite ambitious, but we got a level around 241 potentially as well, and we are still inside on the quarter. So FedEx has got some work to do, but we have a nice potential setup here off the reversal off of bottom of a monthly broad information. So this FedEx here looks solid for entry, so we'll see what happens there. And with that, I'm going to turn it back to y'all, Pack. Y'all have a good one, and I'll catch y'all in the Discord. Peace.